Hey everyone, it's Melanie Wagner, and I'm one of the SLPs at Eli Terry, and today I am talking about TD Snap, which is Toby Dynavox's AAC communication app, and I will be demonstrating it on my iPad, although I know some have a proprietary device. This is pretty much the same setup regardless. So I have it here on my overhead document camera, and I'm hoping it will capture my voice. It's kind of a funny microphone, so bear with me. But this is how, once you get into the setup, if you set it up as a core vocabulary AAC device, and if you don't know, definitely ask your SLP. They can help you set it up. And you have to set it up with an email. So if you set it up with the SLP, they'll probably most likely set it up with their email. And so every time you make a change to it, my number one first suggestion is to hit this little cloud, and that'll back everything up. You plug in your email and your password, it'll plug up any changes you make right there and send it to the cloud, so that if your student ever deletes the app itself, or if the iPad, for example, takes a swim or breaks or whatever, you do have a backup profile and you can restore it that way in the future. Or if you are sharing this profile, so if you save it under, Little Johnny, you save it under that name, and you have another device at home you want to use the same exact profile, you can share it between two devices. Okay, so if you wanted to go in and adjust things and personalize them, first, the most important button being this little pencil with a gear tool. That's kind of how you customize everything, and I'm sorry you can't see, it's dark, but it's hard to video myself with the overhead light on. So this little pencil with a gear tool is how you customize anything, and you're in that if it's blue at the top. And so if you wanted to edit any of the buttons, which are these things right here, you just click on what you want to edit and it pulls up the screen. And if it doesn't pull up, you can drag it up too. And if say you wanted to, you like this button, it says like. If you wanted to change it to say something else, you just type it in. I'm going to keep it as like. And if you like this picture, you click on the picture and you can always change what the picture looks like. So if you want it to be like food, so like licking your lips, you like it, there you go. And that's what it could be. And you're all set. And so you've changed the button and the way it looks. If you wanted to go in, change a button, and make it a picture, you can click this little camera here and take a picture. I'm not going to do that today. I want to get out of there. You can also go and take it from your photo library. So for example, not that you change the like button, but if you were to make buttons of friends, you can take everyone's picture from the whole classroom and store it in your photo library, because it is an iPad, and then go back later at a later date and make individual buttons using the photo library. So that's how you would do that. Say you liked this button, but you didn't like that it was green, because the background is green, and we'll go over what that means in a second. You'd go to Style, and you can change the colors on the background. But you can also change the border, so if you wanted it highlighted for some reason, say you were working on the word like this month and you wanted it to be bold and stand out, you can always change that. You can also change the label, what font it uses, how big the font is, what size, what color the font is. And then something else you can do is you can link it to a page. So for example, if you wanted to make a new page, you could. If you wanted to link it to an existing page, so I like, and say your student really likes animals and always wants to talk about how they like animals, you could link it to the animals page. And once you click that and click create and click done, you've now created a link. And you know you've created a link because it has this little arrow here.
Like.
And then it goes to the animals page. If you ever get into a page and you're like, I'm lost, you go home. Or you can go to Core Words, that'll take you home also. So I mentioned before the different color coding. This is color coded based off of the Fitzgerald key. So you have all of your pronouns here in yellow, all of your green verbs, and then all of some of your nouns in orange. So you see actions are all green. Feelings they just made white. Description words, those are all white. Some of them they're pink, it depends. Okay, so that really describes the layout and the color coding of it. We do have this kind of command board here, and what's nice about that is you can use the keyboard. They also have it organized by topics, so if you wanted to talk about something specific like going to the bathroom, or if you wanted to talk about centers and you wanted to talk about going to the doctor, you can easily click on that, and it has a ton of different phrases pre-programmed for that topic, which is nice. And you can also create your own. So I did one here for an example as coffee, and it's empty, it's blank, but you can create whatever topic you want. If you wanted a topic that's just reinforcers, which I've done with several students, click on it and just call it your reinforcer topic. And then you can have it linked to a page. Okay, so then you're done, and it'll go to this blank page, and on this blank page you can fill it with all the reinforcers the student enjoys. And that would be under there. What I have done for some students in the past is want will actually navigate to a reinforcer page. So for example, I go into editing, go into want. Right now it's linked to page main actions list, but I don't want it to that. I want it linked to a new page, so I will look it up, reinforcer. And it goes to that blank page. And once I created cells in that blank page of all the reinforcers I like, I could easily say,
I want.
And then go to the reinforcers. I know that's kind of a whirlwind. The last little thing I like to talk about for T-Day Snap is under your dashboard, you do have visual timers. So it will give you a timer right up here for a student to complete a task, which is kind of nice. Instead of having the physical timer on you, if you have a student who needs a timer. It also has built into it, once this is done, first then schedules, and then also 3-step schedules. So if you went in, you can program a button to bring up a visual schedule or to bring up a first then schedule to really help the student prepare and to be able to follow in sequence a different activity depending on what button and what part of the device you're in. So I would customize as you see fit, but also try to keep the main words, these core words, as similar or same as possible, because as the student learns the language, this core board kind of stays the same. It doesn't change much. And as they get to learn the vocabulary and they can grow, and it does move with them. If you change a lot, it'll make it more complicated as they learn and they grow. Okay, so if you wanted to go to the dashboard quickly, that's what this little almost looks like a temperature gauge is, and that's how you can get to your dashboard quickly. What's nice about that is it teaches the student how to change their volume, how to check their battery, how to find out the date, all that type of thing. So that's all built into here. Also, if they're learning how to spell, or they need the numbers, or they need the letters, That's really easy to find on this left-hand side. Quick fires are also like really super popular responses. So that might be something you utilize with your students. So it's like your yeses, your nos, pleasantries, all those things. And then all the little words. So all these words list are topics, popular topics of conversation. And they can be added to, but it's really customizable and important for some of our students who use that fringe to make requests or to participate in things like calendar time or identifying colors, all those things. Okay, last thing I wanted to show, which is also really important, is when your student first gets this TD Snap, you might want to hide some of these icons because it's too overwhelming. So the easiest way to do that is to go like you're going to edit it, and then hit this little eyeball button, and that hides it from it. And if you want to unhide, you go into that and you'll see all the buttons, even the ones that are hidden, and you can go and hit the eyeball and unhide it. All right, and that's TD Snap. There's a lot more. You can look it up if you wanted to learn how to do the visual sequence, or if you wanted to do a first then schedule, you can look up how to do that. On one of their online trainings. They have a ton online for free. So, and you can also send me any questions, email me or find me. All right, and that's it.